Hustle Show. We got Michael B. Jordan, the director and the star of Creed 3. And, you know, we know each other. We go way back all the way to Chad Science in Newark, okay?
You
no, I did not say that. Misquoted for sure. No, you did not hear me say that. I said we used to make fun of the name. But yeah, he is obviously killing things out here. How is the difference between you actually directing and working with the same people that you were directed with versus?
It was awesome. You know, it's a family vibe. The last nine years of my life, I spent on the Creed films. They're very supportive. You know, Tessa, Felicia, Rashad, Wood Harris, people that see me grow up. And for the fact that I stepped behind the camera and finally got a chance to direct it, they loved it, they embraced it, and it was a wonderful experience.
Was it difficult for you mentally because you're coming out of a different space? Isn't this the sexiest man show off right here? Who's the sexiest man? Because now let's who's the sexiest man? Because I thought you might be the one right now.
This is the one. This is the one right here.
So is it a tie?
No tie. We don't tie. Yeah, we don't compete.
Two number ones. Batman and Batman. Or should I? Oh no, can't say that. Superman and Superman. Sorry.
Luck with that.
Okay, so you also are going to do a new film with Will Smith very soon coming up. It's a rumor out there.
I'm not sure. We're still working on the script. You know, that's something I plan on doing in the future. Not sure when. You know, these movies. I'm just trying to get this project.
How is it filming in Atlanta?
It's amazing. I've done 4 or 5 films down here, shot a couple television shows, so Atlanta's the second home to me, and I love coming down here.
Favorite restaurant here?
Oh, man. Whatever hotel I'm in, their restaurant.
Well, you're not corny anymore.
Juicy!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of the Nerd Chronicles. This is your host, Proud Lane, certified beta male scent mangina, whatever it is with no game. The socially awkward nerd, Christian Paul, has just entered the building. Alright? And what we are going to be discussing, ladies and gentlemen, especially to all of the young guns, mainly the teenagers and the young adults that are currently in high school as well as in college right now, is basically a symbol tie when it comes to the rise of Michael B. Jordan as well as his humble beginnings. Many of us have actually recognized during basically one of their exclusive screenings of Creed 3 with Michael B. Jordan involved. Basically a fellow DC whatever F-list reporter basically came by. I forgot what her name is. I don't think it's basically relevant on who she is. Basically, I wanted to interview the director of the film Creed 3 and the main character, which is Michael B. Jordan himself. And Michael B. Jordan actually noticed basically the reporter, and he noticed that that fellow reporter used to go to high school with him up in Newark, New Jersey, right? When they're up in high school during like grades 7 to 12 at the time. And they were actually referring to him, she was probably affiliated and actually complicit with much of the high school kids who are actually calling Michael B. Jordan mainly corny, right? Teasing them, calling them all these types of names, disrespecting them, really the whole 9 yards. And he never forgot any of those insults or name callings in the moment that he rose to power, and the moment he has all these accolades that are literally out there today. So he basically G-checked the reporter for all the stuff that's been going on during his days and during their days in high school, and her actually being complicit with the whole ordeal. And they were actually talking about Michael B. Jordan mainly being corny up on the podcast, even though that same reporter didn't directly call him corny per se, but a fellow podcaster of hers that they did the podcast together basically called him corny. Basically any black dude that actually gets with a white girl, even like has a serious relationship, hooks up with him, marries her, may be, that black guy is corny basically in her mind, and they basically labeled her as such. You know, if They try a little bit and actually trying to get into other people's relations that really has nothing to do with them. I don't know why they would do it. I don't know why can't they really worry about themselves and actually try to improve themselves. If they or someone else that's just not your type, just let them be and go somewhere else. Go someone else that values you. But to each his own. They actually made fun of him and actually disrespecting him, and basically the reporter is actually complicit of what went down, and seeing him having to actually backtrack on what she said earlier and actually try to somehow basically saying, oh, he's not corny anymore because he's the hottest thing smoking.
It's what everyone posts on social media. That's how you find out if he had a boo the whole time, or the side thing. But we all know no one's winning in that category like Lori Harvey, honey. And we saw her and her turtle. What's their love names for each other? Turtle and Nugget or whatever.
Whatever.
Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan. Their Valentine's Day, and he bought her some stock in Hermes, girl.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's nice. He also took her to the aquarium. Oh. He rented out a whole aquarium. That right there make you be like, you gotta look at your man like, dang, I'm stuck with you.
Yeah, right. I mean, aquarium, but other people was there. Like it wasn't closed. Like just for us. Like,
you know what I mean? Where was my hearts around the little fishes that was swimming?
You know what I'm saying? How you know? Listen, I want to know. Do you think this is for real though? Because some people were saying, you know what I mean? I think she's just dating him, or they have an agreement with some blogs. Look, this is what they were saying, Maria. They have an agreement with some blogs to help Michael B. Jordan's image, and so Lori Harvey's dating him so that he can look like, he loves black women, and that he's just like this. Yeah.
Well, if I know anything about blogs, is you don't tell them a secret. So if they did decide to make a deal with the blogs, that would be stupid. But I know that I have been hearing that their PR teams got together. They said they want Michael B. Jordan's black fans to come back. They don't like. They said that he was losing coof over here because he was dating the white girls and Black Panther and all that stuff that you're being in. You kind of need black people to support you, sir. So that's what they were saying happened. But I did read on one of the blogs that they're saying an engagement is coming soon.
Really?
So the problem is the PR people. Even if you are making this and this is a fake relationship, y'all talking too much. Like, you ever heard of like being a bag of noise? Like it's a saying. Reason. Exactly. It's basically like if I'm trying to hide something and I'm talking about that thing, it's like, girl, you telling on yourself. Now, I think just let things happen. If it's fake, we will see. Trust and believe. But we've seen people have babies, weddings, all kind of things behind fake situations.
Okay, I think that they'll be together. You know what I really think deep down inside? I think that Michael B. Jordan is just like a nice, corny guy. And I don't mean that as a slight, right? I mean, we all know that the nice, corny guys treat you the best.
You know, it's so crazy. I went to school with Michael B. Jordan at a point in life, and we went to Chad Science together in Newark. And to be honest with you, we teased him all the damn time because his name was Michael Jordan. Let's start there. And he was no Michael Jordan. And then he also would come to school with headshots, and back then that was like in the hood. We lived in Newark, like that's the hood, you know what I mean? So we would make fun of him, like, what you gonna do with your little stupid headshots? Like, and now look at him.
He got that Black Panther money.
Well, I didn't exactly. I missed it. I could have been in the aquarium swimming with the fishes, but instead I'm swimming in Mexico by myself, child. But anyway,
he gives me cookie cutter, and the only time I hung out with Michael B is like in LA, like at Shay's house, and he's always just very like, he's just cool. I think
he's too rich to have to be hood now. Like, you just be, boy, if you don't take him millions and go to Hermes and get some stock.
I think they might go the distance. I think they might be the next little Sierra and Russell. Like, I think they might make.
I mean, depending on how much money is raking in for Lori Harvey, she's gonna stay around. Like, her mother told her, well.
You see, I was in Michael's position, right? I'm the social awkward nerd that you see here. Learning disability at the age of 3, Asperger's syndrome, autism spectrum disorder, the whole 9 yards. Okay. I basically was in a special education class from kindergarten up until the 4th grade, in which my parents moved me to a different school where I had to be with an aide literally through 7th grade, right? Basically doing like some unconventional stuff, basically fellow students basically mocking me, like outside of like the special ed class I was in, which I'm still good friends with. Many of the classmates I'm with today, we've been friends for a very, very long time, and I'm forever blessed for that, right? Many of the other kids outside the school actually basically making fun of me based on the way I was dressing, based on like some of like the old habits, like basically playing myself most of the time at the time when I was very younger. And they're basically like just making like a whole spectacle. This is trying to ridicule me and all that other stuff. And I had like aides to try to help me with like some subtle cues literally along the way. And 8th grade at the time, I didn't really need the aid, and yet everything seemed well if people come by, and things seemed like a little bit more friendly during like the middle school, high school days. But yet, I still felt like I didn't get the respect that I deserve, right? A lot of the folks up, even in high school, still treat me like didn't really want to invite me up in the parties and all that other stuff. They came through the whole 9 yards. Now, fast forward to college, you know, still a socially awkward nerd, still handling his business, you know, still doing his thing, busting his butt off, you know, doing the best he could and the best of his ability, you know, literally in prime, not fully actually realizing at the time. Got my degree in engineering, you know, got my master's in applied mathematics, mainly was a PhD candidate for about 1.5 years in mathematics, and actually compete with some of the boys and did the best that I could. Not fully realizing my full capabilities, that I could land a very serious job with very, very, very serious money to be within the percentile of 20th, 30th percentile of the top earners that are mainly there across the United States of America. So yes, Michael B. Jordan is not alone. I'm a lame just like him, right? I'm the socially awkward nerd, and I say that proudly, and I say that with pride. I say that with a little bit of arrogance, right, to an extent. I say it with confidence, I say it with assertiveness, right? He is not the only one. We all make mistakes, we all develop like a bunch of skills. We all are immature, we all have a bunch of hormones and all these endorphins and such also mainly run through us, going all the way literally out of control. I see that, right? The moral of the story when it comes to the early talk, and I want to try and speak to those that, you know, may like to poke fun at people who are different than you or all that other stuff, is to please thoroughly treat that person with thorough respect. And if you got issues with him, you don't want to be with him all stuff, you don't want to hang with him, that's fine. But please treat him with respect, because you don't really know what's really going on in his mind behind the scenes. And later down the line, if you actually treat somebody wrong, if you actually literally act a fool literally towards them, or actually make a mockery towards the guy just because he dresses different or he acts different in any kind of way, they try to fit in with you, and now they become amends. And I'm gonna actually tell you a backstory, right? 7th grade, right? Mom gave me some recommended clothes to basically wear, and folks were literally mocking me based on like the clothes I was wearing and the colors of the clothes I was wearing most of the time. I ended up wearing basically all the hip trends literally up in middle school that people were wearing, and they still didn't even respect me. They were still actually were literally more repulsed by me rather than actually giving me more respect. So who's really having the bigger problem? Is it me or is it them? Maybe something to figure out. I'll give you actually a quick answer probably in the next few minutes or so. But you don't know that person's story, and when he literally elevates to the point literally of like literally no end, you know what I'm saying? When he elevates to the best of his ability, unbeknownst of his own heights, unbeknownst of his own stuff, right? You don't be surprised when homeboy literally calls you out on your filth that you didn't even expect. Now, to the folks that are actually socially awkward, right? Very quiet, nerdy, you know, because that's what I base this channel on, literally the Nerd Chronicles. I feel your pain, I feel your struggle. I understand the hurt and the trauma that you're actually dealing with and all that stuff, right? And I want to say something to y'all, right? Whether you're in middle school, whether you're in high school, or whether you're even in college, right? Because I understand about the whole social hierarchy and everything. I know the social hierarchy always shifts. And once you get out of college and once you get out the whole even you get into grad school minimally, right? The social hierarchy always resets every single day once you get out undergraduate. That I promise you that. It resets once when you enter undergraduate based on the status you're dealing with, and it basically resets once again once you leave undergraduate. Remember that. Work hard to the best of your ability. Respect your parents. Respect your nanny if they have one. Respect your guardians, and try to make sure that you do well in all your school to the best that you can. Do well in some of the academics and athletics if you actually want to pursue some in sports, however it may be. But make sure you handle your academics primarily and get that out the way. Right, so you'll be able to create more opportunities for yourself, whether it's going to the white collar route, whether it's going to university, whether it's going to college, community college, however it may be. Or if you want to take the blue collar route, you still could go to community college if you choose to, or you could go to technical school, you could go to cosmetology school, you could even go to med tech school, however it may be. Just a few examples just for you to get by, so that you'll be able to actually basically create the life that you want, and also make sure that you learn basics on finances, learn how to save, and get to understand the basics of economics 101, as well as investing, right? And do the best that you can to the best of your knowledge, and do what you love to do to the best of your ability. And pardon the snow and the slush, by the way, because I know we are a little bit of the beginnings of a snowstorm right now. Excuse me. Basically what I'm saying is stop worrying about other people that disrespect you. Stop worrying about other people that actually make fun of you and leave you hanging and leave you astray and treat you like garbage, right? Because at the end of the day, when the moment they do these things that way, when they treat you in this manner and you done them no harm, that is not a reflection of you. That is a reflection of them. And if a person doesn't want to be with you, or if like a woman doesn't want to be with you, or a man doesn't want to be with you, whatever it may be, millions of reasons, why they may actually go get with a girlfriend, or may get with someone that's a little bit hotter, or maybe dealing with like one of the rugged types, like a Chad or a Tyrone, or a Pookie or Ray Ray, or basically some like trailer park trash from wherever she have may be, or whoever they feel in their mind is attractive, whatever type of nonsensical status that they're dealing with that's complicated, whoever they actually want to be with for whatever reason. If they choose to go that route, let them handle their little business. I personally have some friends that I was actually interested in actually getting with and like serious relationships with, but they turned me down and kept me in the friend zone. Only one of which had like some issues, and like another one basically was actually had like a serious relationship, ended up getting pregnant twice due to accidental pregnancies, and they ended up marrying faster than they wanted to. And she had to literally postpone her collegiate dreams for the time being, just for the sake of her children, and basically raise her children that way. I also have a close friend of mine who wanted to actually get with a girl, but she chose to be with Tyrone here, and she ended up having one of his babies out of wedlock and all that other stuff. So when they do all these things, all the taunting, all the disrespect, they put you on like this little section here to stay away, and you can't sit here and all this other nonsense because we say so, I'm the king of the class, and all this other nonsense. That's a reflection on who they are, not a reflection of you, right? Because them same dudes that literally treat you this way, once you rise up and do the best you can, you would be shocked how far ahead you've gone and how far you leaped ahead of them. And them same ones that treat you like crud are now going to be actually begging to get a piece of your pie. Literally try to wait for you at the finish line for God knows what. But yet they haven't even saw you shoot at the gym. Yet they haven't even saw you prepare for what you've done. Yet they never even went in the trench when you actually dug deep in the trench to literally support you alongside the way. Right? And it's with those two girls, right? Those two women, right? Those two low-life women, right? That were complicit in disrespecting Michael B. Jordan. That's a reflection of who they are, ladies and gentlemen. The woman that interviewed him basically barely changed at all, based on what they saw, because if she really had an issue, if she really actually, if she really was truly sincere towards Michael, and she really changed, literally saw the error in her ways, she would have immediately checked. She would have immediately checked that fellow podcaster. Like, why would you want to try and belittle somebody who's literally corny and all this dating stuff? Why would you be complicit in this? Why would you call somebody corny based on their little dating preference? Why would you worry about someone else's dating preference instead of not worrying about your own? She would have checked that fellow podcaster literally off the rip. But because she chose not to do it, she chose to be complicit. And she chose not to do it. She chose to actually go along and all that other stuff. She's literally as complicit. She's literally as guilty, right? So now, those two women barely changed a bit. Those two women do not deserve any time whatsoever to be around Michael Jordan. They are actually not worthy of Michael B. Jordan's presence, nor time whatsoever. And I'll tell y'all this, them same ones that actually did y'all dirty, don't even be surprised if they start begging for your time, right? And I would not even consider, giving them any presence of your time unless they pursue you aggressively, unless they actually see the errors in the ways, actually mature themselves up, and actually check those folks that actually literally disrespected you, right? Because I've seen folks that disrespected me up in the past, and universal karma, unfortunately, has hit them literally in the behind when they least expected. And some of them have changed, some of them have matured, but I still would not take them seriously unless they prove to you and show you otherwise. And I'm going to leave it at that, ladies and gentlemen. Some food for thought. Christian Paul from the Nerd Chronicles is signing out. Y'all have a good one.
You see?